Hello beautiful people, and welcome to today's pick a card reading. Today we're looking into what the person on your mind has on their mind about you, and we have 3 piles to choose from, piles 1, 2, and 3. I did run out of pre-filmed videos, so I'm filming from my family home, so the decks we have are limited, and from now on for the rest of the summer you might see the same decks. Or the same kind of structure in the readings, which should be okay. Nothing too serious, but yes, I just wanted to say that also, that you might hear dogs in the background every once in a while because we have 2 adorable dogs who like a lot of attention, so sometimes they come to my door asking for attention. But yes, on that note, I will leave you to focus on which deck calls to you the most, and I will see you soon. Hello my beautiful pile ones. If you chose this deck with this stone, this is your reading. I just forgot to put this in the frame while I was doing your reading. I just finished filming, and yeah, so just so there's no confusion, this is the right pile, I just forgot. So yes, let's get into your reading. Hello my beautiful pile ones, and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking into what the person on your mind has on their mind about you, and I already got you these oracle cards. Then we have some tarot to get through, as well as some channeled messages and some advice. So to start off your reading, we have number 52, void, of course, moon, missing. We have the maiden. We have the ring. We have rest. We have peace, and we have stop. For most of you, I feel like this is a separation or a situation where there are physical obstacles between you and this person. It feels like there's something keeping you apart or making you live quite separate lives, at least in the physical sense, at least in the practical sense. And there is this sense that this person maybe has lived their life away from yours for quite some time. Maybe they haven't interacted with this connection for some time. Maybe you haven't talked, maybe you're in no contact. But this person really seems to care about you. I don't think they ever stopped caring. I don't think they ever stopped having these like kind of fond thoughts about you every once in a while, but it doesn't look like they've been actively interacting with this situation for some time. But the thing here is that this seems to be changing. There's almost like a slightly triggered energy to this. There's an energy of this person seeing signs about you or feeling like they're kind of going in circles when it comes to this situation. Like they're kind of going backwards and back into this situation. There's this sense of self-doubt and this energy of stopping, feeling at peace. I feel like this person could be someone that maybe in the past they said, this is for the best, we need to separate, or we need to go our own separate ways. And at the time, I think they meant that. And they seem to have been quite sure that it was the right thing to do to separate your paths, or decrease the amount of conversations you have, or limit the contact that you have, whatever it may have been. And for most of you, this feels like it was a consequence of the circumstances that you were in. Maybe some personal internal circumstances, or maybe some external obstacles. Whatever it may have been for your situation in particular, it feels like this person saw that as an obligation, something that they had to do, something that was the right thing to do. But right now, that energy seems to have faded a little bit. There is a little bit more doubt, a little bit more questioning whether it was the right thing to do. There is a sense of their level of peace decreasing. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. I don't know why I'm saying like the level of peace decreasing. Whenever I speak like this, I always feel like there is like either a researcher, like someone who writes academic papers, that I'm channeling. I don't know, that's just the energy that it gives me. But it could also be because I am writing my thesis, so maybe I am predisposed to talk this way right now. But essentially, this person, they're thinking about you more often, more than they used to. This energy of living separate lives, it seems to be fading a little bit. And they seem to be feeling more drawn to you. And I think there's confusion that comes with this. A lack of understanding when it comes to seeing why suddenly, after kind of pushing this situation away or putting it on hold or walking away from it, now suddenly it's coming up again. Even though maybe the two of you haven't talked, even though maybe they haven't seen you in a long time. They could be seeing you on social media, if you have social media and you use it. And maybe for some of you, this is what's triggering this shift in the energies, that they get to see you more, which is making them think about you more and this connection more, and it's making them reconsider things, reconsider their past actions, reconsider any possible future actions. Something seems to have interrupted this person's peace, the kind of structure that they built for themselves. And for most of you, it feels like this structure is somewhere else. So this person could live in a different city, in a different country, or you could live in the same city but lead just completely different lives with, you know, not a lot of mutual friends or not a lot of circumstances where you would bump into each other. It feels quite separated to me in that sense. There's a strong energy of seeing signs and synchronicities that have to do with this connection. So for some of you, this could be your name that this person hears or sees more than they used to. Especially if you have a more unique name, this could be quite surprising to them. It could be through music as well. It could be your birthday. It could be that they see signs of a place that's significant for the both of you, regardless of what exactly this is or what these synchronicities might be. They're confused. And there is that energy of self-doubt, wondering and reconsidering if they could have done something differently, if they should have done something differently, if they did the wrong thing after all, even though it felt so right in that moment. And maybe objectively it was the right thing. Maybe you even agreed with them. But there is this energy of going back to the past, going back to something they walked away from, going back to thoughts that they had settled, because there's a little bit of an uprising, a little bit of a resurfacing of thoughts that they thought they sifted through, that they worked through and moved past. But let's get into the tarot, because I am curious to see what's happening. This is really hard. Oh, it actually worked. Usually it doesn't, but... And maybe this person is someone who thinks that either they're not meant for like a committed relationship, or they're not meant for intense connections like this, because the pull here that they seem to feel towards you is really, really strong. It doesn't feel like a casual connection. It doesn't feel like your everyday connection. And maybe they had this idea that things like this are not meant for them, or they're not able to give you what you want. They're just not the kind of person who's able to have this kind of connection. The word exception is coming to mind. And maybe that's what's making them move into this energy of doubt, is that maybe they're wondering, what if pile 1 is the exception? What if this situation was the exception to my patterns, to my past, and I messed that up? There's this, again, the sense of doubt. I know I keep on repeating it, but I also think this person is in a little bit of a loop of overthinking and rethinking the same thing over and over again. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. I set those boundaries, but right now I don't really want them. So maybe for some of you, this person decided that you shouldn't be in contact anymore, but now maybe they want to take that back almost. We have the Tower in reverse. Okay, we have Death in reverse. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They feel that they didn't give you what you deserve. We have the Empress in reverse. We have the Sun. They really, really care about you though, but they feel quite insecure. They seem to feel quite small. And I don't think this is something that this person feels very often, or if they do feel this way, they may not admit it to themselves. But all of these kind of darker thoughts about their own self, they seem to be surfacing in their energy. They seem to be a little bit more triggered. Even if you haven't had any contact with them at all, I think the effect of this connection is still lingering in their energy. It feels like the connection itself is still somehow affecting them, or the past of this connection, the story, the narrative of this connection. We have a lot of cards, so I'm just gonna go through them really quick. We also had the Magician in reverse come out, so I will keep that in mind, but this is way too many, so we will shuffle again. But we have the King of Wands in reverse. So many reversals. And I always flip the deck, so it's not that I am shuffling it upside down or anything. And there are a lot of upright, oh, that's not upright. It's also not upright, but I promise there are a lot of upright cards in the deck. So it's not that I'm shuffling it upside down, and it's also not that reversals are necessarily negative cards. They're just a different dimension, a different facet of the same energy. And sometimes in some cards, I find that the reversal version is a lot more positive than the upright. But anyway, we will maybe get into that in another video. But we have the King of Wands in reverse, the 4 of Wands in reverse. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse, Temperance in reverse. I spoke way too fast. The Knight of Wands in reverse, 4 of Cups, and Strength. Okay, Leo energy could be significant, Sagittarius energy could be significant, but with both of these majors being fire energies, there is this sense that energetically something has shifted. This is also fire, and the rest is not, but we're ignoring them for now. Something has shifted energetically, and maybe this is your energy or your perception of the situation, or the energy that you were giving to this situation. Something seems to have shifted, and it's making this person feel ungrounded. It's making them feel different than how they used to for a while about this connection. And that's not to say it didn't hurt them to separate, because I feel like there was a lot of pain. And for most of you, the reason that you had to be apart could be that this connection was really triggering for them and they felt that it was for the best to separate. Not because we can't work through our triggers with someone else or while being with someone else, but because I feel like this person strongly seems to have a need to do this independently, or maybe they had this feeling at the time that they need to heal on their own, and they had to do it while not investing in someone else, investing in another connection. Most likely because I heard you deserve the world. And there is this sense that they felt that it wouldn't be them who's able to give that to you at that moment in time. But a lot of their thoughts about their own self, they seem to be changing. And they seem to be in this energy of being challenged by their own perceptions, having to reconsider a lot of things, having to see that maybe they actually took the easy way out, even if it wasn't easy to deal with, even if it was very painful to separate from you, which I definitely feel that it was. There is quite a lot of like heavy energies. This person definitely has mourned this connection. But even so, there is this sense that they took the easy way out, the way that they could control. It's like they ended this connection knowingly because they didn't want it to get to a point where it was taken away from them, or it ended abruptly, suddenly, without them being ready for it. Like they would rather be able to control the ending than have the ending knock them off completely, come so unexpectedly that it completely wrecks them. Even though the outcome seems to have been the same. A lot of heavy energies, a lot of pain, a lot of missing you, a lot of... I'm hearing tears. There is a sense of them feeling safer, having been able to control how the ending happened. And that's not to say for sure there would have been a separation if this person didn't interrupt the connection. That part will be different for every single one of you, because I do feel that for most of you, you seem to have just clicked with this person, or at least that's where their energy seems to be. That's how they seem to view this connection, that the two of you just clicked. But that they weren't in a place where they were able to sustain what they actually wanted from this connection. This might be someone who's afraid of like full intimacy. I do feel that they're quite hurt. And I know that sounds vague, but I'm saying it because I feel like this person carries a lot of hurt from the past. I think they hurt themselves with their own thoughts about their own self. And I think they've also hurt themselves by separating from you. Even though in the past they seem to have accepted that things ended and it was the right thing to do, now they seem to be doubting it again. And wondering if they were childish, if they were immature. And this could be coming from a place of them being harsh with themselves. I do feel that this is someone who's quite harsh with their own self. We have the Two of Wands in reverse as well, clarifying the Tower, which for me just confirms everything I've been talking about. This person really cares about you. They really look up to you and admire you as well. We have strength. We only have Leo cards that are upright. So Leo energy could be significant, or Leo season could be significant. I am filming this during Cancer season, and we'll probably be posting this during Cancer season as well. But Leo season is next, so... And also pile one, if you've been on my channel for a while, you might know that pile one, no matter what the context is, no matter how different the energies might be, there's always some Leo somewhere in pile one. But yeah, let's get some channeled messages. As I stopped playing with the cards, we have Judgment as the bottom deck energy. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Leo energies could be significant. I'm also getting Cancer quite strongly, and I'm not sure why, but Cancer could also be significant. This person really, really cares about you. I know I keep on saying that as well, but you seem to have made such an impact on them that I don't know. But with Judgment being the bottom deck energy, as I was saying, I think they're in this energy of coming to new realizations about their own self, or about their own past behaviors, or about their own patterns, something that maybe they didn't realize before. And I do think this person is quite self-aware. I don't think this is someone who refuses to acknowledge their own behaviors. I don't think this is someone who doesn't take responsibility. If anything, they may take more responsibility than what they actually are responsible for. But they seem to be noticing new aspects of their energy. New as in patterns that they may have had for a while. Some self-sabotaging, for example. But they seem to be gaining a new perspective over their own behaviors and their own patterns. So let's get some channeled messages. I'm hearing, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? We have, there are too many obstacles. I actually first saw this as there were too many obstacles. So maybe for some of you, they're trying to rationalize or convince themselves that they did the right thing in the past. And maybe they objectively really did. And maybe you agreed with them. But again, there is this doubt. There are things you can't see yet. We have everything is falling apart. We have come back home. I'm tired of fighting. I heard I'm tired of fighting these realizations off. We have, would you say yes? I'm hearing, help me figure this out, which is interesting, because their energy feels quite open to me and quite receptive. Like they're really just trying to figure things out, but they seem unsure about what to do. We have, I am afraid of change. I'm scared. Because they help me figure this out. It almost feels like maybe it's not directed at you, but it's more so directed at anyone or anything that would listen. That's more the sense I was getting. we also have, I dropped half the deck as per usual, but we have these two cards that came out. We have, I'm sorry that you had to see that side of me, and I'm not sure of anything anymore. Bottom deck energy is, I will come back. So now let's get you some of these little messages. I haven't done this in a while, but I feel like doing it today. So, uh-oh. Well, I guess we are taking them. This is quite a lot, so we'll just quickly get through them. You're the one for me, but I'm not ready. Can we try again? I left you before you could leave me. That, like, controlling the ending energy. It feels like we only go backwards. I was thinking of this song when at one point I said, like, I don't know if I said it, but I was thinking of like going backwards, going back into an energy. And this is a song by Tame Impala if you want to check it out. We have I am grateful for you. I don't know who I am. It feels like a bad dream. You have to focus on yourself. This is someone who really wants the best for you, but we have, I know I should have treated you better. I learned a lot from you. I'm going in circles. I don't know if I said this, but I definitely thought this as well. You are full of light. And I promise I'm not just saying that because it came out. I really thought about it. We also have, I'm struggling right now. And I had to hide the truth. I'm sorry. I don't think this is something that you should be panicking. I'm so sorry about this one strand of hair that keeps coming into the frame. I don't think this is something to worry about. This is only relevant to your situation, I would say, if this person has kept something from you and you know about it. Otherwise, I don't think this person is like keeping secrets or doing anything sketchy. The most likely scenario I can think about is that they may have not been able to express how they were feeling completely, like how they were feeling about you or their fears, something of that sort. Or maybe this ending came like suddenly. Maybe they felt quite triggered and kind of had to run away. These are the interpretations I have for this particular message, but of course, take all of the messages as they resonate and leave the ones that don't make sense to you. Don't force them to fit into your situation. This is a general reading, so not every message will be meant for you. Now let's get you some advice. I am traveling right now, so I don't have, we have limited options when it comes to the decks, but I brought this one. So we have purpose. I know what I am here to do. This connection could have triggered a spiritual awakening for some of you, and it could be doing the same for this person in certain ways. We have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And bottom deck energy is freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. More so than advice, I feel like for most of you, this is maybe what this connection has been teaching you, or what this connection has shown you or given you. But this feels like advice. So I cut the deck in half and we have, I can release my need to control. And maybe this is something that you were both working on with this person. Because they definitely seem to be working on this, like the need to control outcomes and situations. Is there anything else that wants to come through? We have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I feel like this person has a lot of trouble being compassionate with their own self. And maybe you have this same energy sometimes. Maybe you also fall into this energy sometimes where you tend to be quite harsh with yourself. And remember, if there's one thing you take from this reading, let it be that you deserve the same compassion that you extend to others. You are deserving of that energy too. You're deserving of your own love too. And yes, on this note, this is all I have for you. I just realized I didn't choose a crystal yet, but that is okay. We will figure that out later. But yes, let me know if this resonated. If it did not, there could be a message for you in another reading or in another pile. So if you feel called to do so, definitely do check those out. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care and bye. Hello my beautiful pile twos, and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking into what the person on your mind has on their mind about you, and I already got you these oracle cards and we'll start with these, and then we have some tarot, some channeled messages, as well as some advice to get through. So we have number 36, 12th house, escape. Pisces energy could be significant, but it doesn't have to be. We have the shaman and we have the healer. We have magic. We have hunger. I'm going to put this here. And we have pain. Ooh. This person has you on their mind a lot. A lot. A lot. A lot. Very much. They see you almost like this spell, this magical thing that appeared in their life, and there is a sense of them wondering if something bad is going to happen now, because they might have this idea in their head that for every good thing that happens to them, something bad happens right after. Or once they have something good, once they're somewhere good, once they're happy, this gets taken away from them or something goes wrong. So they seem quite hesitant in terms of how they might be approaching this connection. But it's important for you to know that this isn't because of something that you did. It's not because you made them feel like you said something and it made them feel insecure, or it made them feel bad, or you hurt them. This more so seems to go back to past trauma that they may have, insecurities that may have come up as a result of how much they care about this connection and how much they care about keeping it in their life. This person is mesmerized by you, enchanted by you, all of those kind of magical words. This person is really, really into you, and they are so attracted to you. They are so drawn to you. I wouldn't be surprised if this person fantasizes quite a lot. Not just, I don't mean fantasies in terms of just like sexual fantasies. These definitely could be a part of their fantasies. Because there is there's quite a strong sexual attraction energy here. But besides that, this person daydreams about your connection, like the little things, just, I don't know, making breakfast together, for example. Or if you have had these kind of soft moments, like, I don't know, waking up next to each other, just dancing around together, things like this. I think they also think about the past quite a lot, like these soft memories that you have made together. This person definitely is thinking about how much they want more of you in their life and how terrified they are that they want something so bad. Because again, there is this fear that once they really want something in their life, once something makes them really happy, something bad will happen, or it will get taken away, or they will mess it up somehow. But you have such a healing energy in this person's life that Maybe you already recognize this. Maybe you're already seeing the change in them. Maybe you're already seeing or feeling something change in their energy, in their perception of things. There is almost this energy of you opening this person's eyes to who they truly are and the kind of things that they actually deserve. But this is a process. It's healing, it's growth, it's changing their perspective. And this takes time. So this connection might be slowed down a little bit, or maybe you hang out with this person all the time, but things seem to have gotten to a certain point and they won't move past that. Maybe they won't commit, even though they do want commitment from this connection. They might be too scared to admit that to themselves, because again, there is a fear of loss, a fear of messing things up. I think this person carries a lot of pain from their past, maybe from their childhood, maybe from past connections, maybe a mix of both. But they want more from this connection. They just seem to not know if they're worthy of it, or if they're able to sustain a connection like this. They really admire you. They really value you, regardless of how long they've known you. You've had such a strong, unforgettable impact on this person. It's like they love hearing about your mind, and they love telling you about what's going on in theirs. I'm getting a lot of like deep conversations, a lot of philosophy, a lot of just the meaning of things, the meaning of everything, whether there is a meaning. It's just, it feels like they feel comfortable sharing all of their mind with you, besides maybe the fears that they have about losing you. Maybe they're afraid that if they say it, you will see it that way too, and you will just walk away. I think they're quite harsh with their own self, and maybe you sometimes get into this energy as well of giving compassion to everyone and everything else but your own self. But you deserve your own love and your own compassion just as much as anybody else. You are the only person that will be there for 100% of your life. You will always be there. You have no choice. You will be there. You are the only person that will be there for 100% of your life. So your relationship with your own self is really, really important. And I'm only saying this in case, sometimes you have difficulty being compassionate with yourself, or being kind to yourself, or giving yourself love. Because I can see that you have so much love in you, so much love to give, so much love that you are giving to everyone else, so much compassion, so much kindness. And your energy feels so generous, except maybe sometimes with your own self. And I think this is something that this person struggles with too. They're giving me this energy where they're kind to like everyone and everything. Almost like they bump into a table and then apologize to the table. But if they're being mean to themselves, they would feel that that's normal and that's okay. When it's not, when it shouldn't be okay to be mean to ourselves. Because again, our relationship with our own self matters too. How you make yourself feel is very important. And maybe this is something that both parties here sometimes struggle with, which is absolutely okay. It takes time to kind of be able to shake this energy off completely. Or maybe we never shake it off completely. Maybe sometimes it always comes back in certain ways, in little ways, every now and then, which is also okay. We don't have to do anything perfectly. But we owe it to ourselves to give it our best shot, essentially. And I know I'm kind of straying from the topic of this reading, but this felt like an important message to give. So if this feels relevant to you, and if there is one thing that you're going to take from this reading, please let it be this. Let it be this message. But yes, let's get into how, what this person is thinking about you. Let's get into some tarot. For some of you, you might feel very confused by this person's actions, especially because they might be coming off hot and cold. And I think that's only because of the insecurities that they have, the doubts that they have about their own self, rather than doubts they have about how they feel or anything of that sort. It feels a lot more personal than that, a lot more internal. I had to stop filming for a second. I am in my family home right now, so there are a few more distractions than usual around, but I am back. I was only gone for like a couple of minutes anyway, but I'm just gonna give this another shuffle so I have some time to refocus and recenter myself. What is on this person's mind about my beautiful pile? 2 spades first. We have the 5 of Swords. I think they're having trouble kind of getting over their past or certain patterns that their past has brought onto them. And this seems to be an obstacle in this connection and how they interact with this connection. But you can be assured that they really, really, really care about you, really admire you, they're really into you, and they definitely want more from this connection. It's just a matter of not knowing how to bring that into their reality. Taurus or Libra energies could be significant. Okay, we had some that flipped out, but then they flipped back in, but they feel relevant, so I'm gonna just check them out. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. They don't know how to proceed. They don't know how to overcome the obstacles. But there's also this motivation to work on themselves and to work on figuring things out as well. But of course it takes time. It's not an overnight thing where they suddenly have the answer, where they suddenly know what to do. I feel like there's quite a bit for them to work through in their own energy, a lot of self-limiting beliefs, a lot of fears. We have Justice. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. There's this thought, which I don't think comes from anything that you did, but this person seems to think that if you were to pull your energy away, if you were to decide that they're not worthy of your love, of your energy, then they would understand. Maybe this comes from a past connection that they had. I'm also getting maternal wounds for some of you on this person's end. So maybe they didn't have a very secure, loving relationship with their own maternal figure. For some of you, this won't be the case for everyone, of course, but for some of you, this could be part of the explanation in terms of what's happening in their mind when it comes to this connection, some of the past pain that they're carrying. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This person is thinking about an offer that they would like to make to you, but then again, there is this sense of feeling inadequate, like they're not enough like it shouldn't be them that makes this offer, because again, things like this are not meant for them, or people like you are not meant for people like them. But I see them wanting to work on this. And maybe every now and then getting to see themselves the way that you see them. We have the Ace of Swords, and we have Strength in reverse. They're definitely carrying a lot of wounds, and the reason I think this is coming up so often is that we have to keep it in mind that whatever they're thinking about this connection, the doubts that they have stem from these insecurities, and not because they don't have feelings for you, not because they don't like you, not because they're not into you. It has to do with them and their past and the beliefs that they have about their own self and their own abilities, rather than beliefs they have about, rather than like feelings they have for you. There's also this undercurrent to this, which they may not be aware of very consciously, but I think being around you makes them realize things about their own self, or makes them see things more clearly, makes their own patterns, their own self-limitations more apparent and more urgent for them to deal with as well. In terms of energies, in terms of signs, we have Leo, we have a Taurus Libra, we have Libra again, we have some general water, some general fire as well. There is a sense that they maybe feel more inexperienced compared to you, or younger. Even if you're the same age, they seem to feel younger than you, like they feel like a page and you are the Empress or the Emperor. Is there anything else that wants to come through? I'll give this 2 more shuffles. All right. Let's get into the channeled messages. I'm hearing, I'm hungry for your love. Maybe this particular wording is because I am kind of hungry as well. But I don't know, that's what I heard. We have, I don't want to repeat the past. Yeah. We have, I'm trying to understand you better. I have a hard time trusting people. I like your energy, I heard, and I like the way it makes me feel. I don't want to mess this up. Yeah. Do you think about me? I need support. So I ran out of storage. So these are the messages that came out so far. And I was just talking about how I kept hearing bookmark, and books could be significant, but also bookmark is making me feel like maybe there have been some interruptions, some pauses to this connection, but they want to keep going from where you left off. Also because something keeps happening, or I keep getting interrupted as well. So this could be kind of like a metaphor for how their thoughts, their beliefs also interrupt this connection, the flow of this connection sometimes, but they want to bookmark it. They don't want to stop reading the book. They don't want to stop writing the book. So let's get some of these messages. What messages want to come through for my beautiful pile threes? Alright. I'm trying to numb my emotions. And we have I love you. And these were I don't know if that was on camera, but they were in each other. Interesting. I thought moving on would be easier. I think for most of you, maybe this relates to their past. Or if they asked to separate from you, maybe they came back because they realized they can't really get over this. They don't want to let this go. We have, I don't have the answers you're looking for. I heard I'm looking for them too. And we have, I love you unconditionally. So we have this repeating message of I love you. Let's get you some advice or additional information. Because I am visiting family, I didn't bring all of my decks with me, so we do have limited options, but it should be fine. We have service. I feel good when I can help others. We have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Again, this brings me back to this message of being compassionate with yourself and bringing compassion into this connection as well. This doesn't mean you have to compromise your own boundaries or your own feelings. If you are feeling upset, it's okay to say it to this person. You don't always have to be 100% compassionate and understanding all of the time. It's okay if you sometimes also feel other emotions. You're human too, so allow yourself to feel anything that is coming to you without any judgment for yourself, without any harsh feelings for yourself. It's okay to feel anything that comes up. It's okay to be frustrated, especially if this connection is confusing. It's okay. It's okay. And we have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Listen to your intuition when it comes to this connection, because for most of you, I feel that this person is being genuine and honest with you with their intentions. I think it's just that they're really afraid. But listen to your own inner voice before anything else when it comes to this connection. You will know what energy they're really in. I think for most of you, this is mainly just confirmation of what you might already kind of be picking up about them. But if this doesn't sound like your person at all, feel free to choose another pile, or maybe if you don't feel drawn to any other piles, there could be a message for you in another reading. But on this note, this is all I have for you. Let me know if this resonated. Again, if this did not, there could be a message for you in another pile or in another reading. And I am sending you so much love and so much light. Take care and bye. I also just saw 444 as a side note. Hello, my beautiful pile threes. If you chose this deck and this stone, this is your reading, but I did this in pile 1 as well, where I forgot to include the stone in the frame somewhere. So in case there is any confusion, you are at the right pile, but you won't see this stone in the reading. I'm still getting used to filming at my parents' house. It's a little bit of a different setup, so yeah, it's a little bit all over the place, but hopefully the reading is helpful and you take what you need to from it. And on this note, I will now let you watch your reading. Okay. Hello, my beautiful pile threes, and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking into what the person on your mind has on their mind about you. And I already got you these oracle cards. Then we have some tarot as well as some channeled messages and some advice to get through. So to start off your reading, we have number 22, Capricorn, I use. we have the creator, we have the sustainer, we have ghost, space, and sadness. This is a little bit on the heavier side of energies. There could have been a very painful ending here, because there is this sense that this person isn't getting the same kind of energy from you that they used to get from you before. And what's on their mind predominantly seems to be that they want something from you. They want to get something from you that they don't have access to anymore. For most of you, this could be your energy, because there is this sense that you added something to this person's life. You gave them some kind of energy, some kind of attention, maybe, or a feeling that they don't often get from other people, or at least in a way that they don't get from other people. And it feels like maybe you took away the energy that you were giving this person, or whatever it may have been that you were giving them. For some of you, this could be something material, but for most of you it does feel like nurturing energy, or maybe understanding, maybe softness, things of this sort. That's what it feels like. And this person may have used this energy, this softness, to fill some kind of void that they have within themselves, some kind of emptiness that probably was there way before you even met this person in the first place. This could be someone who has a lot of trauma from their childhood, someone that maybe didn't grow up in a secure space, someone that maybe didn't grow up feeling loved or accepted. And it feels like they may have taken on some of these attitudes towards their own self as well, in the sense that I think this is someone who's quite disconnected from their own self, and someone who maybe rejects their own self as well. Someone who hasn't really taken the time to see who they really are. Someone who maybe runs when things get difficult instead of confronting things or situations, instead of facing the consequences of their own actions. This energy, it feels like they are seeking your energy, but at the same time, they're not willing to compromise or give you anything in return, or give away anything at all. It feels like they are looking out for their own self and no one else, but at the same time, it feels like they don't know who they really are, or they see themselves from a perspective that's not entirely objective, or not even remotely objective for some of you. It's this energy of being blind to their own actions, their own behaviors, and the consequences that come from these actions as well. It feels like you were quite accepting and understanding with this person, and that you were very generous with your energy as well. There is a sense of insecurity that I think is quite deeply rooted in their energy, and a sense of denial, a rejection of the self. It's a very strong sense of disconnection. And this gap that they have in their own relationship with their own self, I think, makes them feel the need to seek external things to fill up this space. And because you were so generous with your energy towards this person, it feels like they had no problem just taking and taking. But at the same time, it feels like they were quite not protective, but just, what's the word I'm thinking of? It doesn't feel like they were giving much. And that they may have been quite selfish in this connection, or like they were only looking out for their own interest. So they may have done something that was a little bit careless, a little bit thoughtless towards you. They could have put you through a lot of heavy energies or through a lot of pain. And this could be why you chose to pull your energy away. And of course, just because this person seems to be desiring your energy, wanting your energy back, it doesn't mean that you have to give it to them. You're not obliged to give your energy to anyone that you don't feel called to give it to. There's also this sense of this person being a little bit more on the controlling side, like they may have wanted to control your feelings or your reactions towards them, but maybe it reached a certain point where they weren't able to do this anymore. And there is this, with this ghost card, it could be that for some of you, this person ghosted you or disappeared suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, but it could have been that there was a buildup of things, especially on your end, like your patience started running thin, even though you are so patient and you have been patient with this person. In the end, it's not your responsibility to heal anyone else or to do the work for anyone else. You can be there for people, you can support them through whatever it is that they're going through. You can help them figure things out, but in the end, the responsibility is not yours. It is this person's responsibility to take accountability for their own actions and to grow and evolve. It's a choice that they have to make. You can't make this choice for them. And there is this sense that maybe in this connection, you took on the responsibility, or most of it, yourself as well. And this person could have blamed you or allowed you to take responsibility whenever something went wrong because it felt easier for them, because it felt more comfortable for them. And I know this may not be the easiest message to hear, but, well, of course, take this only if it resonates with you, but also it's important for you to know that if this does resonate with you, it's not your fault that this person has treated you this way or acted towards you in this way. It doesn't mean that this is the kind of behavior that you deserve or this is the kind of behavior that you should accept. What's on their mind right now seems to mainly be around this lack, this void that emerged in their life because you pulled something away or something changed in your energy or something changed in the situation. And they don't have access to this situation in the same way that they used to. But there's also this sense of not wanting to really take responsibility or take the necessary actions to kind of make things okay again. This is more so an energy of wanting things to go back to the way that they were without taking responsibility, without being accountable for their own actions, without changing anything at all. It's like wanting to turn to a blank page, or to go back to a cycle that has already ended. It's that kind of energy rather than wanting to take responsibility or wanting to change or wanting to grow. And again, it's not your responsibility to make this person choose this. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, this could be someone that you were in a long-term relationship with, or like someone you settled down with. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. They don't want to feel any negative emotions that may have been coming up as a result of this ending, of this energy of things falling apart. So I think there's a lot of repressing everything and maybe providing comfort to themselves with like external things. For some of you, this person could be in a pattern of just avoiding everything, avoiding taking responsibility, avoiding any negative feelings that come up, not just from this situation, but from kind of any situation, especially feelings of sadness or grief or loss. There seems to be a lot of anger in their own energy and resentment for some of you that might appear like it's directed at you, but mainly I think it's directed at their own self. And again, this could be a learned behavior from their past. We have the Seven of Wands. They're fiercely protective of their own self, but at the same time, there is this feeling that they don't even know what they're protecting because they don't know who they are. They're protecting an illusion of themselves that they have convinced themselves and possibly the people around them about their own self. Like this person is acting like someone they're not, or it's that kind of energy. I dropped a card, so I will just grab that real quick. We have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles for me is confirming that this person wants to go back to the way things were, go back to feeling secure, go back to feeling safe. There's an energy of them running around a little bit, like they don't know where to go, but they're still running, and they feel like they're running away, but they're not actually getting anywhere. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. I think they're trying to play down their own feelings. We have the Empress. And they recognize on some level that you made them feel grounded and you made them feel like they don't need to grow or evolve because you may have given them such an accepting, understanding energy that they may have felt like everything they're doing is right. And this is not your fault at all that this person may have interpreted your energy in this way, that they may have felt like their actions were okay. It's not your fault, because not everyone will interpret this kind of energy this way. It just feels like an inclination that they already had, and they got the validation that they needed from this connection to just stay the way that they are, but it feels like it wasn't realistically sustainable with the way that they are. And that's why we have the Tower. And maybe that's why you kind of, either you may have walked away or you may have changed the way you interact with this person, or they may have run off as well and then recognize that they can't really easily get back to you, or they can't get back to you without taking responsibility or some kind of confrontation. Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Libra energies could be significant, but they don't have to be. We have the Three of Cups as well. This person really distracts themselves. They distract their own self from their own pain. For some of you, this could be through partying, like excessive partying. Doesn't have to be the case for everyone, of course. It could be through drinking. It could be through any means, really. It could be through work. It could be through gambling is coming through for some of you. But of course, that won't be the case for every single person in every single situation. I just dropped a card, so I'm going to see what that one is. Oh, it's two cards. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse. There seems to be a wall between the two of you. Like their access to your energy is limited now. And again, you're not obliged to... You're not obliged to be generous with this person if you don't feel called to. You're not obliged to give to this situation just because this person seems to want your energy or to want something from you, or because it feels like they want to restore things to the way that they were. But of course, if you feel called to do this, you are allowed to do that as well. But for most of you, I get the sense that you've already turned your back to this connection, or you're trying to, or you feel like that's the right thing to do. So the best advice I can give you is to allow yourself to feel all of your emotions without judgment, without shame. And to do what feels right to you, for you, to do what makes you feel good, to do what feels right with your intuition. Don't ignore your own inner voice when it comes to this person and this situation. I mean, never ignore your own inner voice in any situation, but this situation especially. And don't give your power away. We have music coming out. Music could be significant to this connection, or any type of art, any form of art. We have healing. Also, sometimes from music, I get the sense that whoever's energy we're looking into may not be very expressive, verbally expressive with their true feelings. We have, I'm trying to understand you better. I'm hearing, I'm trying to understand why you turned your back on me. But for most of you, this doesn't even feel like the whole truth, but this person may have a very one-dimensional view of things. Like they might on some level know that, for example, they did something and that's why you reacted in the way that you did, but they may tell themselves, oh, I didn't do anything, and pile 3 suddenly stopped talking to me. It just feels like they don't like to look at things in a way where they might have some responsibility in things going wrong as well. We have, I will come back. I am so attracted to you. I don't feel worthy. I'm not good enough. I do think this is someone who's actually deeply insecure, but will not accept that and does not want to acknowledge that at all. We have, I don't know how to feel. I'm worried you'll change your mind about me. It does feel like they maybe crafted this image of themselves that they want to be perceived in by other people and by you. But there is this sense that the mask is falling off, or they're not able to sustain this image anymore. They're not able to appear in that same way anymore. And we have, I'm really attracted to you, which is a repeating message. So this could have been a lustful connection, or again, like they were really attracted to your energy, the energy that you were giving them. We have 2 that came out, but they fell to the ground, so I'm just going to take them in a second. What messages will come through for my pile 3? Okay, I think it's just those 2 that came out, so I'm just going to grab them. Here they are. I'm waiting for the right moment, and I thought moving on would be easier. Let's get you some of these cards for some advice. And as always, please only take where it resonates and completely ignore the rest. And trust your own intuition over mine or anyone else's. We have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Allow yourself to feel any emotions that come up, even if these are more negatively charged feelings like anger or resentment or frustration. It's okay to feel these things as well. You can't always be happy. You're not always going to feel great. You're not always going to be able to have compassion. You're not always going to have, you can't always just be 100% zen and understanding and just, it's okay to have ups and downs in your feelings. It's okay to be mad at this situation or this person. It's okay, and you shouldn't judge yourself for any feeling that comes up. Even if you've been doing a lot of inner work, it's okay to get mad. Again, it's fine. You're human, so allow yourself to feel all of these very human emotions. But again, there's a difference between just allowing yourself to feel without judgment versus holding on to these negative emotions and allowing them to consume you or drain you. So it's important to know when to allow yourself peace, when you've felt everything that you need to, when at a certain point you're just going in circles and keeping yourself a prisoner in these negative emotions. So while it's okay to feel anything that you need to feel, it's also important to allow yourself to feel emotions like peace and acceptance that the past has happened, but it is not happening anymore. But you also can't go back and change the past. But you can have a say in how you deal with it now, what you choose to do with what happened in the past. And what emotions you predominantly choose to hold on to, and what emotions you allow yourself to have peace about, have peace from. For some of you, this person may not have given you the closure that you wanted. Maybe they never apologized. And the truth is that, and sometimes this is hard to accept, but sometimes we don't get that apology that we want. It's not because we don't deserve it. It's not because of that. It's just a choice that this person might make or may have made. But on the other side, you have the power to give yourself closure as well. So don't forget that. We have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. We also have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Use your intuition. Listen to what your inner voice is telling you. We have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. You deserve to have faith in yourself. And I'm saying this because for some of you, I feel like you've given your power away in this situation. But your power is yours. Call it back to yourself. And we have acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And on this note, this is all I have for you, my beautiful pile threes. Let me know if this resonated. If it did not, there could be a message for you in another reading or in another pile. So if you feel called to do so, definitely do check those out. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care and bye.